Where is Kimani Machiri? The whereabouts of the man that is believed to have stolen 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings from the Equity Bank of Kenya still remains unknown. Now this evening, the Directorate of Criminal Investigation, the DPP, are seeking an arrest warrant for Kimani amid the blame game on his whereabouts. The Director of Public Prosecution, Renson Igonga, has applied for a warrant to arrest Equity Bank manager David Machiri Kimani over the 1.5 billion Equity Bank heist, even as his family insists that police abducted him and have since shared CCTV footage showing the dramatic capture of his father, Peter Kimani Machiri, in Murang'a. Through a prosecuting counsel, Mr. Igonga on Thursday alleged to Milimani Senior Principal Magistrate Geoffrey Osaringo, that Mr. Kimani had previously jumped bail. However, he denied the family's claim that police had abducted the bank manager. But a battery of advocates who are defending the suspect, led by lawyer Degwanjiro, urged the magistrate to order the DPP, through the Acting Inspector General of Police Gilbert Masengeli and the Directorate of Criminal Investigations DCI, to produce Mr. Kimani in court to face justice. He said that his client was already arrested and whisked away by police, a claim that was vehemently denied by the prosecution. Degwa maintained that his client was unlawfully and illegally arrested soon after he was released on board after recording a statement with DCI detectives. Mr. Degwanjiro argued that the police have breached the terms of board granted to Mr. Kimani. The defense team told the court that the Equity Bank manager has been held incommunicado and that he has not contacted his family, which is now traumatized and fears for his life. The lawyers told the magistrate that the suspect's wife, Miss Susan Wariga, has filed a missing person report at Kikuyu Police Station under OB number 0512/8/24. They alleged that the police have not acted on it. The lawyer stated the police also arrested the father of the suspect, saying there was no justification to arrest the elderly man. They wanted the court to order the Inspector General of Police to produce the respondent by 12 p.m. Thursday, dead or alive. The prosecution's case. The state prosecutor told the court that Mr. Kimani, a manager at Equity Bank, escaped after he was freed on a police board last month, right after recording a statement over the alleged theft of 1.5 billion from the lender. The theft, which is touted to be one of the country's biggest heists, was allegedly effected through 47 suspect transactions. Preliminary investigations from the leader's internal control department established that credentials of David Machiri Kimani, a manager at the salary processing unit, were used to process the transactions of 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings. The prosecutor told Mr. Osaringo while pressing for the warrant of arrest to be issued against the suspect. The Central Bank of Kenya's CBK Banking Fraud Investigation Unit BFIU adopted orders on July 12, 2024 to detain Mr. Kimani for a period of 21 days for interrogation of the huge loss from the country's second biggest bank, which is a customer base of with a customer base of over 14 million account holders. From the preliminary investigations, it has since been discovered that the monies were wired from EBL, Equity Bank Limited, to various accounts in different banks. The DPP told Mr. Osaringo that the receiving accounts of their hundreds of millions were businesses that were newly registered at the company registry at the Attorney General Chambers. Investigations have made it more evident that these new businesses were registered for the sole purpose of receiving the fraudulently obtained funds, the state prosecutor told the magistrate. The investigating officer of the bank Heist the investigating office of the bank Heist Inspector Boniface Maina of CBK told Mr. Osarigo that he is undertaking further offences of money laundering contrary to Section 3B, 3 as read with Section 16(1)(a) of the Proceeds of Crime and Anti-Money Laundering Act, number 9 of 2009. Stealing by servant contrary to Section 281 of the Penal Code. Equity Bank reported the crime in a letter dated July 11, 2024, signed by Kevin Mwangi, the head of security at the lender. While filing the complaint, Mr. Mwangi stated that all the transactions that led to the exit of the millions lacked corresponding credits from sources, entities, or individuals, thus raising suspicion from the bank's internal controls team. The court will on Friday, August 16th, decide whether to issue the warrant of arrest as requested by the DPP. Tomorrow is when the court will decide whether they will issue an arrest warrant against Mr. Kimani, Machiri, who is believed to be the mastermind of the 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings heist of the Equity Bank of Kenya. Now tell me, how does that such amount of money disappear from Equity Bank without noticing? And how does one person orchestrate such a heist without being noticed for such a long time? It is said that this man took a sick leave in June. And during his sick leave is where he prepared and orchestrated the plan on how he will steal the money from Equity Bank. But on the 12th of July, it was discovered that 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings was missing. Now remember, this money cannot be moved anyhow to one account. The money is said to have been moved to different 47 accounts. How does this happen? This is not the work of one person. This man must have had help within the Equity Bank also and the other banks that were involved in this transaction. Because one person moving transactions, 47 transactions worthy 1.5 billion, let me tell you, even the Central Bank of Kenya, once you transact over 100 million in a day in your bank account, they will start monitoring you. They will start monitoring and accessing your accounts to at least get to know how you made this amount of money. But right now we are being told that this man moved 1.5 billion Kenyan shillings without being monitored until the money disappeared. He even took the step of going ahead to open new companies, which were just shadow companies for him to steal this money. And he got the signature of the Attorney General to legalize the companies that he had opened. I bet you're getting the point from where I'm coming from. This was not a one-man job. Now, the DCI says they are not holding Mr. Kimani, that they need the arrest warrant to arrest him. Yet they are claiming they don't know where he is. And his family has filed a missing person report claiming that Mr. Kimani was abducted by police at night at his home in Kikuyu. That's it for now. Please go ahead and make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel and tell me what you think about this case, because this case has become a matter of discussion in the whole country at large. Leave your comment on the comment section. See you in our next video.